I'd like to bring this meeting to order, the regular board meeting. The time is now 5:36, and this meeting has been posted in accordance to the Opens Meeting Act. And we do have a quorum. And I'd like to take a moment of silence, please. Thank you very much. At this point in time, Ms. Brianna Villa-Garcia will assist us with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good evening, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Noyola, administration, audience. Tonight's pledge will be led by Amy Dominguez, an 8th grade student from Vernon Middle School World Languages Academy. Amy serves as the student council president for the middle school, and I've also gotten to know Amy through her leadership on the student advisory board. Amy, among your peers in the SAB group, you provide wise insight and always bring something to the table. Throughout the year, I've seen her be one of the first to volunteer to participate in any activities outside of her board service. Amy is a member of the National Junior Honor Society and a 2-year top 12 student. Her future plans are to study family medicine and become a doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, Amy Dominguez.
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Amy. Fantastic job. On to item number 2, awards and recognitions. 2A, recognition of Javier De Leon for 18 years of service as a board of trustee. Ms. Brianna Villa-Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Noyola, administration, audience. This evening, we'll be recognizing a very special individual who has poured his time and talents into the student and staff of our Harlingen area schools. Javier De Leon has served as an HCSD Board of Trustees since May 2005. Through his years of service, he has kept the needs of our students and staff at the forefront of all decisions. Javier has not only been a strong team member to the team of 8, but part of many innovative initiatives brought forward to our Harlingen CISD schools. Javier, we want to take a moment to thank you for all you've done and all we know you will continue to do for Harlingen CISD schools. And on behalf of our district family, we have some gifts of appreciation we'd like to present to you. First, on behalf of the Creating Entrepreneurship Opportunities CEO program in partnership with the Greater Chamber of Harlingen, I'd like to invite Harlingen High School junior Brianna Cavazos to present our first gift.
Good evening, Board President, Trustees, Dr. Noyola, HCISD Administration, and audience. My name is Brianna Cavazos, and I am a junior at Harlingen High School. This year, I joined the recently created CEO program, the Creating Entrepreneurship Opportunities program in partnership with Mr. De Leon and the Greater Chamber of Harlingen has been an amazing experience this past school year. In addition to meeting at the Chamber, where we see business in action, students like me are planning our own future business opportunities. To show thanks to Mr. De Leon for his years of service as an HCISD Board of Trustees, our CEO program wanted to provide a sneak peek of the big event we have been working on for all year. Welcome to the Shark Tank. Now, I don't want to reveal my entire business proposal because I'm saving it for the big day, our Shark Tank event on May 15th at the TSTC University Center, but I do want to show you the concept I am pitching. My business idea is an embroidery shop that caters not just to Harlingen, but the entirety of the RGV. Shirts, pants, hats, you name it, we got it. Our mission is to help the community bring their visions to life through embroidered designs. Whether it is for a district event or a gift of appreciation, we are here to serve you and all your design needs. Our priority is to make sure you get the quality you deserve. We can't wait to see you at RGV Embroidery. Board of Trustees, I invite you to join us to Shark Tank on the 15th, where you will see all of us in action competing before a group of judges. On behalf of the CEO program and our entire Harlingen CISD family, we would like to present you, Mr. De Leon, with a plaque of appreciation for all that you will continue to do for Harlingen area students. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brianna. I'd like to invite Mr. De Leon, Coach Randy Bermea, and the Harlingen Greater Chambers staff to come forward for a group photo.
You see how giving he is. He won't even take credit for the picture.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Our next gift includes messages of appreciation from past HCISD Board of Trustees that have served alongside you and have seen the direct impact you have on students, staff, and our community. We hope you enjoy this video.
It is my honor and a privilege to speak about a fellow board member, Javier De Leon. Javier's story is one that embraces what humanity is all about. During our working together at Texas State Technical College, I served on the board at the time, and Javier spoke to me about, I'm interested in running for the school board, George. I said, well, Javier, I think you ought to give it a shot. And he did. The rest is history. Let me tell you that Javier is a person who understands clearly the responsibility and the role of a school board member. And he demonstrated that clearly during his 18 years as a board member. And let me share with you that it's important to know that Javier always looked at students through a lens of what can the board do to impact student achievement. He impacted student achievement because he knew that what happens in the boardroom impacts what students are able to do and what they know. Therefore, he understands accountability. He understands the importance of being an advocate and working in the community and making sure that we make students the priority for our school districts. Not the superintendent, not the board, but he was about students and teachers and parents. That's what he was about. And he was so transparent. And lastly, I will say this. When he made decisions based on what was right and not what was convenience. His legacy will always be one who serves, who's going to make sure that the greater good is a priority, making sure that we make sure that every student can succeed in life. And it's my honor to make this contribution on behalf of my fellow school board member, Javier De Leon.
Well done, Javier. The community owes you a debt of gratitude on your noble service. I think back to nearly 20 years ago when we first met. We met on a Saturday morning and you laid out your vision for me on why you had chosen to run for school board trustee. I was inspired by your passion and your commitment, and I knew from then on that the students and the staff would benefit from your guidance and your steadfast leadership. Congratulations on your retirement, my friend.
Today, we take a moment to recognize and honor the remarkable contributions of Javier De Leon, and I couldn't think of a better setting to recognize Javier than a commencement ceremony here at Houston Community College. For 18 years, Javier has served on the HCISD board. Think about that. Javier started before the iPhone, when only 16% of the population was on social media. Yet, as evidenced through his work on the board, he recognized the value of technology and helped keep HCISD students current with the latest technology and modern facilities. Over the years, he has congratulated over 23,000 graduates from the district. That's amazing. At Texas State Technical College, he was the consummate student champion on everything from financial aid to dual credit, from academics to workforce. He continually advocated for students. With his community service across many areas, Javier is a role model for lifelong learning and is a testament to community development. It's a privilege to honor a man whose life is steeped in service, whose passion for community growth and commitment to education has left a lasting mark on Harlingen. Javier, we recognize your tireless work and your unwavering dedication. I also want to recognize Rosie and his family for sharing him with the community. Javier, for all that you have done and continue to do, thank you.
Hello, Javier, and congratulations. Tonight we are celebrating you. And yes, indeed, congratulations on your retirement from the wonderful HCISD School Board. More importantly, thank you, Javier, for your many years of service to HCISD. Always, thank you. However, as the one who served with you the longest, actually from the day you were sworn in 2005 until my retirement last year, I remember a lot about Javier De Leon. And in the midst of all the accolades tonight, I personally want to thank you for some of your more specific contributions throughout those 17 years that we shared on the board. You often said you wanted to be the devil's advocate, to think outside the box, which I always took to mean you wanted to consider issues broad and deep, to go beneath their surface, which I respected. But perhaps more importantly, this often led to your next questions. What let's call tonight the Javier De Leon's have we thought about, which then led to the magic combination. You had these bold and insightful ideas, yes, frequently, and you also understood the importance of proper governance to get to the answers. You honored the different roles of the superintendent and staff and board, and you knew how to work together fluidly and respectfully. So tonight, I especially want to thank you, to give you credit that you have never once asked for, and you richly deserve, for so many great ideas, but for your highly developed collaborative spirit and style, for your knowledge of whose job was what, to help our district move forward in so many ways. I will always value having served with you and learned from you for 17 of your 18 years on the board, Javier. Vaya con Dios y muchísimas gracias por todos los años. Buena suerte, mi amigo. Bon voyage.
For our final gift presentation, we know you're a proud graduate of Harlingen High School, and what that means, we know that Cardinal spirit never dies. For our final thank you send-off, we want to present a familiar tune performed by the Harlingen High School Pep Band. Audience, you may want to stand. Pep Band, please take it away.
Board members, would you like to make any comments?
I'll start it. I got a couple of notes here about my friend Javier. First of all, everybody keeps saying retirement. I heard Lyle say retirement. You ain't going anywhere. You're going to be about as busy as you've ever been, Javier. But it's a retirement from this board. And Jerry hit the nail on the dot when she said, you call yourself a devil's advocate. You've always said that. But the word to me that describes Javier de Leon the best is encourager. I don't know if that's a word. English teachers here? I remember in 2015, when I was working at TSCC, I walked into his office, just like he did to George, apparently. I walked into his office and I said, hey, man, you got a few minutes to talk? And we'd known each other, but we didn't work in the same department. But he opened his doors and he welcomed me to his office. And I said, I'm thinking of running for school board. The first thing that came out of his mouth was, all right, go for it. Go for it. So I felt encouraged. And you've been that type of person, not just to me, but to a lot of people in this room, a lot of students in the school district, a lot of teachers in the school district, a lot of coaches, a lot of people in the school district. Whether they see it personally or not, I've seen the way you fight for people behind closed doors and public, how you fight for public education, how you fight for the people of HCISD. I think that, you know, calling yourself the devil's advocate, having a questioning attitude, I think the legacy you leave with me personally is that to always question, even when you're the only one in the room that is questioning. You've always had that courage to speak up and to make sure that everything's covered so that we can make the best decision possible. And I've never told you that in 6-7 years that I've served with you, but that's the one thing I take from you, Javier. And I just wanted to say thank you for your service to HCISD. Thank you for being a mentor for me, and thank you for being a friend. So I'm not going to call it a retirement. You're stepping away from the board. I know the chamber and the staff's going to keep you busy, and the people of Harlingen. Thank you for doing that work too, but thank you for everything you've done, my friend. Thank you.
I too want to add my thanks and my congratulations to you for leading 18 years of transformation in this district. It's what you've seen, what you've pushed for, what you've advocated for is life-changing for so many children, for so many staff. So thank you for that. You know, I think about as a member, as a leader on this board, a leader of leaders, right? Your dedication to reflecting on issues deeply makes us better. And we're going to miss that from you and that contribution, particularly that, like the other board members, but you in particular, you know, you reflect on our decisions from the viewpoint of what it takes to be in a higher ed role, and now you reflect on those decisions. From a business perspective, you bring to the decision-making process such extensive experience that we truly need and value. And I want to also just recognize the leadership you provide in so many boards, so many positions, and across your career. And so we've been truly fortunate to have you as a board member. I feel personally just very thankful and very humbled to have worked with you, and I wish you the very best. My friend, we'll miss you.
I'm really going to miss you. 15 years, and even before that, working together on school projects. George said something about transparency, and one thing I don't know that the audience knows, or many people know, but until Javier became a board member, the school board meetings were never broadcasted on television on our station. And that was one of the first things that he wanted to do when he became a school board member, was he wanted the community to have the full transparency of the school board, what we do, and the things that we act upon. And it was something that was a great idea, and I can't imagine us not having it today, but it was Javier that brought it forward. He has always been an advocate for the students. I mean, first and foremost, for the students and the teachers, always wanting to make sure that we're pursuing the best teachers we can hire, the best benefits for our teachers, and the best programs for our students that we can get in this district. I mean, we go to seminars all over the state. He attends more than I do, and I mean, he's always bringing home new ideas and things for us to implement and really advocating for those things. And there's just so many things that you've done in the 18 years that you've been here that you thought of that were your idea, and you never wanted credit for it. You know, there's a saying that, you know, it's amazing what we can accomplish when nobody wants the credit and we work together. And that's what I really think of when I think of you. And I'm really going to miss you. You've been a voice of reason and logic on this board in lots of tough times, and we're all going to miss you. Congratulations.
Right, so I won't, I think my colleagues here have said already a lot of what I want to say, but one thing I know I can say that they haven't been able to say is Javier, I don't know if you can say you've served with a father and his daughter on the school board, right? So, you know, before I was on the board, I knew you already from TSTC, and the things that my dad would tell me are exactly what I hear from your fellow trustees: is transparent, voice of reason, always asking questions, and wants to make sure everyone is taken care of. And that has rang true definitely for me in the 7 months that I've been able to serve with you on the board. And then I'm just going to echo too what Eladio is saying. I know you're not going anywhere. It always seems like when I'm here, you're not at TSTC anymore, but you seem to know more about what's going on there sometimes than I do. So I think I know where to find you, and I think you'll continue, just because you have a heart for this district and for for the kids in this district, that you will continue to partner with us in many different ways. And I don't see you going anywhere, and I can see us all still going to you to ask you questions and to still ask you to be part of many initiatives, or you're going to spring them on us. So I'm just looking forward to that, and I'm just happy and honored that I was able to serve with you. Mm-hmm.
I'll say a few words. So these students that you see in this room, whether it's the students from the CEO program or our top 10% students, our top 10 students that are here, they are a testament to the work that you continue to do in this district. You carry yourself with such humbleness, even today. And I'll share with everybody, it was a struggle to even get him to agree to the things that you saw today. Because in his mind, he wanted to just be able to wave and see you all next year. But we couldn't do that, even if it had to be on a smaller scale. You certainly deserve a parade. You deserve all the things that you so richly have earned through your service. I want to thank you for those many years. Thank you for the partnership that you continue to provide everybody here at this dais, and certainly myself throughout the last number of years. The part that I'm excited about is that whether you call it retirement, whether you call it stepping away, whatever it is, that you will continue to be a champion, you will continue to be a partner to this school district, as you see by the students that are here. I just don't see your contributions ending to this district simply because you are retiring or stepping away. So thank you so very much for all that you have done for this district. I don't know that your impact can truly be measured, certainly not just by what we saw tonight. So thank you very much for all that you've done.
Now, I will wrap up with a couple of words, Javier. Solid bowl of verbs here that definitely describe you. When I think of you, Javier, there's just a couple, really. A man of integrity and outstanding. You have done such an amazing job here with the board, the time that I've been on here, and Our audience does not know, our teachers do not know how you have fought for them so much for better pay, equity. You've gone above and beyond to fight for our district, and they'll never know that. And you don't want them to know that. I realize that. And a quick story, I remember the time that you know, we've had many conversations, and people always remember the times that, how they make you feel. You know, having a special needs child in my family, I remember him coming up to me and saying, "Man, we got this. We're gonna work through this." And he made me feel like I was understood, and that means the world to me personally. But again, our special needs department understands that too. So you're a champion, and we thank you. Guys, can we raise for him?
You know, this is probably the hardest part that I've ever had to do in my life, and that's because, you know, fortunately and unfortunately, I'm in front of the mics a lot, whether it's at the Chamber of Commerce or been with the school board or wherever I'm at. But I can honestly tell you, this is the hardest part that I've ever experienced, because it's never been about someone talking about you, and it's very uncomfortable, because I can tell you, on behalf of this board, it's not about accolades, you know, and everybody feels uncomfortable. When we have Board Appreciation Months, it's uncomfortable, and it's a group, it's a unity. And so for you all to be here and listening to this and hearing my colleagues, I appreciate that. The doc is right. I told the doc and I told the president, I said, you know, I've been here for almost 20 years, and I'm stepping down. But I've never asked for anything ever, but I want to ask for one thing and one thing only. I don't want to have anything. I just want to walk away and no one know. I just leave, and then next month, a younger, better looking face is here than me. But they didn't listen to me like they never do. So, but I'm glad you didn't, because I really do appreciate this. It's really humbling. And I'll tell you, it's Jerry and I. Jerry stepped down last year. I'm stepping down tonight, and there's been very rarely a time where there's been 2 open seats in the school board. I've been on the board for 20 years, and that's never happened. And so there was some elections that went on, and I'm proud to say that we have Gina that is now back on board, that's going to be leading. And then there's a young man by the name of Ricky Leal that is going to be taking over. And I can tell you that you lost Jerry and Javier, but you gained so much more, because we're a little older, and you're getting the new and improved. You're getting two individuals that are younger, have different perspective, having different lenses. So I'm really proud. This board, this district is only going to be bigger, better, and stronger because of our new board member, which is Gina. Congratulations, and Ricky that he'll be coming in next month. You know, I just will conclude with, you know, it is humbling. It was such an honor, it was such a privilege to be sitting beside every single one of my colleagues here, and everyone. I don't know if you all noticed, but every single one of the individuals that was on that video, they were former past board members. And so I tells you how old I am. I sat with every single one of those individuals, and it was such an honor to be with them. It's such an honor when they're saying it's a privilege. It's actually the opposite. It was my honor, it was my privilege to be sitting and talking to every single one of the administrators, the board members here, our superintendent. You know, I started with Linda Wade, then went with Art Cavazos, Steve Flores, Dr. Noyola, and it's just been an experience, and I will forever be grateful that I was embraced by the community, I was embraced by the parents, I was embraced by the students, and I was embraced by the board and the staff. So again, I'm humbled. I appreciate it. I don't deserve it, and I'm honest when I say that, but I won't give that frame back. And I will end with, when I first started the board, I was the youngest board member to sit on the board. As I'm leaving, I'm the second oldest, only to Greg. So with that, thank you, board. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, everyone. God bless, and we'll be seeing each other soon. Thank you.
Board of Trustees, can I have you all come forward for a photo? Cell phone pictures. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
At this point in time, we're going to move on to item number 2B, recognition of Harlingen High School HOSA State Conference competitors and HCISD Skills USA State Conference competitors and national finalists. Dr. Joseph Villarreal.
Good evening, President Muniz, board members, Dr. Noyola, and audience. At last month's board meeting, we brought forward some fantastic HCISD students to recognize them for their efforts in some CTE competitions. That's career and technical education, and we are going to continue with that this evening with recognition of HOSA State Conference competitors and Skills USA State Conference competitors and national finalists. So at this time, I would like to call forward our CTE director, Dr. Raul Alvarez.
Thank you. Good evening. I'd like to start off with a little bit about the Health Occupation Students of America, HOSA. HOSA is a global career and technical education student organization recognized by the U.S. Department of Education and the Department of Health and Human Services. It is their mission to empower our high school students who are future health professionals in becoming leaders in the health community through education, collaboration, and experience. Recently, our HHS HOSA students competed in Corpus Christi, Texas, and 10 of our students qualified in advance to state competition held in Round Rock that same month in late March. 8 of these students are here with us tonight, and we would like to respectfully ask our superintendent and the board to recognize these HCISD students for their hard work and their accomplishments. Dr. Noyola, Dr. Muniz, can you please assist us in recognizing them? Now, before we do, we'd also like to take this opportunity to recognize their dedicated sponsors. Teachers, please stand to be recognized. I believe they're here in the audience when I call your name. HHS Health Science teachers, Selena Gonzalez. And HHS health science teacher Clarissa Posada. With their leadership, these students have gone far. Students, as I call your names, please come up to the front with Dr. Noyola and Dr. Muniz. Placing first regionally in creative medical problem solving, Ashton Apodaca. Placing third regionally in nurse assistants, Miranda Garza. Placing first regionally in dental science, Amaya Garcia. Placing first regionally in medical terminology, Elise Hernandez. Placing first regionally in creative medical problem solving, Nicholas Ramos. Placing second regionally in medical terminology, Kayla Sanchez. Placing third regionally in HOSA blood drive services, Fernando Salcedo. And placing first regionally in dental terminology, Alani Perales. And these are HOSA state competitors. Board members, would you like to join us for a photo, please? And now I'd like to share a little bit about Skills USA. So Skills USA is a partnership of CTE students, teachers, and industry partners working together to ensure America has a skilled workforce. Skills USA helps our students excel in leadership, technical, engineering, and occupationally related skills within pathways in our academies of HCISD. Recently, our HCISD Skills USA students competed in area competitions in locations throughout the Rio Grande Valley, and 19 of our students qualified and advanced to state competition held in Corpus Christi early April. 8 of these students are here with us tonight, and we would like to respectfully ask the superintendent and the board to recognize them for their work and accomplishments as well. And before we recognize our students, we'd like to take this opportunity to recognize their dedicated sponsors who are here with them today. Sponsors, as I call your name, please stand to be recognized. HCISD AV, audio video instructor, Andres Torres from Harlingen South. HCISD graphic arts instructor, Belinda Trevino from Maca and Gano. And HCISD construction masonry instructor, Rolando Cuellar from HHS. Students, as I call your names, please come up to the front with Dr. Noyola and Dr. Muniz. Placing first in area and finishing 4th in the state of Texas. In television video production, the team of Abby Shoemaker and Ryan Gonzalez. Placing 2nd in area in advertising design, Kendra Hernandez. Placing 2nd in area and also, placing 2nd in area in digital communications and 1st in area in prepared speech in 2 different competitions, Denise Rivera. Placing 1st in area in digital illustration, the team of Claire Shine Heap, Miranda Jimenez, and Elena Ramirez. And placing 1st in area and finishing 1st in the entire state of Texas. In masonry, Victoria Garcia. Victoria qualifies to compete nationally in Atlanta, Georgia in June. We will be asking the board for permission for this later this evening. Board members, can you please join us for a group photo? Can we have the Skills USA teachers come up? And we have a special guest in the audience that came all the way from Harlingen, Texas, retired masonry teacher, Mr. Victor Santillan, who helped out Victoria. Thank you.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
All right, moving on to item number 2C. Okay. We have a couple comments from the board.
I just want to call attention to something. Victor, stand up. How long have you been with the district? I know you retired last year.
Well, I did 34 years.
34 years. How many state champions did you have?
We had 15 state winners.
This young lady that just won the state championship is going to Atlanta to compete for the Nationals. She competed against 16 boys and 3 girls. And I mean, whoever would have thought that a young lady would win the state championship in masonry? And I mean, it's just incredible. One of his students is now working at a couple of years ago in Dallas, heading up, or started her own firm, didn't she?
Well, Satan did one in 2019, and she finished 6th in the nation. And she got hired to teach masonry at Red Oak High School at the age of 21.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, she's competing her first year, looking forward to the next year. She'll have to compete next year again.
Well, thank you for all you do and all you've done for this district, and especially the kids of this district and the skills that you've taught.
I just want to say thank you to Dr. Noyola, because we've seen Victoria and Angelina, they were juniors, and we knew that they had something special coming back this year, which is why I wanted to come back to help. And we talked about it, Dr. Noyola and I, and this young lady's proved us right. I mean, they're just awesome. And now she's going to TSCC, you know, be in the building construction. She's going to get recognized by the Texas Masonry Council at their convention in September. And I think we're also planning a trip to Austin. She's going to get recognized.
Wow. That's awesome.
Congratulations. Job well done. Moving on to item number 2C, recognition of the 2022-2023 top 10 students. Ms. Brianna Villa Garcia.
Mr. President, Board of Trustees, Dr. Noyola Administration, audience. Tonight, we recognize the outstanding academic achievements of our top 10 students from Harlingen High School South, Harlingen Collegiate High School, and Harlingen School of Health Professions. Their top 10 standing reflects 4 years of hard work and their dedication to maintaining high academic standards while also remaining active in campus organizations. We congratulate these students on their achievements and look forward to seeing them at all their upcoming commencement ceremonies, which are just right around the corner. Dr. Noyola, Dr. Muniz, will y'all please come forward for a photo with each student? We're going to start with our Harlingen High School top 10 graduates. We have valedictorian Javier Alejandro Gonzalez. Okay, we're gonna go get a camera battery real quick, but I think a family member may want to take a photo. Yeah, go right ahead. And while we're waiting, I know we have principals of the 4 campuses here. Can you all stand to be recognized? And assistant principals in the audience as well. Thank you.
And a round of applause for those batteries.
For salutatorian, Ana Lilia Anlanis. Leila Salas. Avery Fawn. Charlotte Hughes. Isabella Garcia. Esmer Barrera. Caleb Conde. Emily Nguyen. Samuel Pedraza. Board of Trustees, please come forward for a group photo with our Harlingen High School students. Next, we will be presenting our Harlingen High School South Top 10 students. We have valedictorian Kendra Hernandez. Salutatorian Eric Soto. Isabella Castillo. Lillian Lamon. Isabella Fletcher. Jacqueline Davis. Emma Moreno. Alec Aragus. Caitlin Morales. Isabella Jackson. Board of Trustees, please come down for a photo with our Harlingen High School South Top 10 students. And Dr. Reyes. Our next group is our Harlingen Collegiate High School Top 10 graduates. We have valedictorian Ida Ambris. We have salutatorian Natalie Martinez. Alexa Zamorano. Nathan Martinez. Leslie Jimenez. Jose Ornelas. Natalie DeLeon. Joaquin Magno. Marianne Ortiz. Dustin Boston. Board of Trustees, please come forward for a group photo with our Harlingen Collegiate High School students. Next, we will be recognizing our Harlingen School of Health Professions top 10 graduates. We have valedictorian Tabitha Torres. We have salutatorian Danielle Paguito. Sarah Shake. Ava Alexander. Jaden Rodriguez. Trisha Trevero. Itzel Garza. Corinne Cruz. Angela Almanza. Kevin Moreno. I'd like to invite our Board of Trustees to come forward for a group photo with our Harlingen School of Health Professions students.
Couple comments before you students leave, real quick.
Mr. President, I just want to say that I'm almost just completely overwhelmed by the thought of how much our staff have poured into these amazing students and just the promise that will unfold for them. It's just incredible. And, you know, we may think, oh, is it, you know, is there evidence we've done enough? Are they really going to be able to compete on the biggest stage that will, come to them next? And the answer is yes, right? Like, they are so ready, and they're competing at national competitions and winning. So these folks, these students, are not just the top 10 academically, they are so well prepared in so many fronts. So I just want to add my congratulations.
Thank you. All right, moving on to item number 2, D as in dog. Recognition of the Texas High School Coaches Association Region 7 Coaches of the Year. Mr. Robert Davies.
Good evening, President Muniz, board members, Dr. Noyola, and audience. Tonight, we're pleased to recognize 3 more of our outstanding coaches that have been selected by the Texas High School Coaches Association as the Region 7 Coach of the Year for their respective sport. Dr. Noyola, Dr. Muniz, would you please come forward for a photo with our coaches? Partnering with me tonight in honoring our coaches is Assistant Director of Athletics, Coach Luis Solorio.
Good evening. It is my honor to highlight 3 of our athletic family members tonight for their coaching accomplishments within our region. Before I call on each of them to come up here, I would like to mention that although their coaching pathways may be different, it is the qualities they share that makes them special. Qualities such as a passion and dedication to their craft and to their sport, a hunger to always be better, an understanding of the importance of leading by example as role models to our student athletes and as mentors to our younger coaches. And most importantly, speaking as a father, they all share a heart for kids. I am fortunate to wake up every day knowing that I get to grow with and work alongside leaders such as these 3. Up first, in just 13 short years of coaching, with 9 of those years as our head coach, Coach Ashley Monsivais has amassed an unbelievable 252 wins in those 9 years. For those of you mathematicians, that's roughly 28 wins per season, which is amazing. Her program has garnered a staggering 7 district titles in 9 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you your Region 7 6A Girls Head Basketball Coach of the Year, Coach Ashley Monsivais. Not to be outdone, Coach Brian Molina has 24 years of coaching experience, with 17 of those as a head coach for HCISD. Brian has collected in those 17 years as a head coach an incredible 418 career wins. That's almost half a thousand. That's roughly 25 wins per season in a span of 17 years. Unbelievable. It is my great honor to present to you my friend, our Region 7 5A Boys Head Basketball Coach of the Year, Coach Brian Molina. Lastly, and knowing we cannot do it all by ourselves, it is with invaluable insight collected from 23 years of coaching that Coach Jose Armando Perez has had an impactful and invaluable role in the 4 district titles he has shared with Coach Molina as his assistant. Coach Perez's experience adds to the success of our programs as he shares his wisdom on discipline, character, and integrity with our student athletes, both on and off the court. I should know, he coached my son. Please, and he's a handful, please join me in congratulating our Region 7 5A Boys Basketball Assistant Coach of the Year, Coach Jose Armando Perez. At this time, I would like to invite all board members down front for a group photo.
Mr. President, can I say a few comments?
Yes, sir.
You know, I've known these coaches way before I even joined the Board of Trustees. During my days as a sports writer, I got to know these coaches on a personal level. Everything Coach Solorio said about their passion for their craft and for the students, it's all true. But you know, when you think about You know, you look at Coach Monsivalla's 252 wins. That's an amazing feat that I know is only going to get, you're going to accumulate more. But it's the discipline and the consistency you brought to that program. And I'm sad he left because you had your uncle Ernest there, and I know he's been a big help during the off season. But it takes that type of dedication and commitment. So I want to thank you for doing and going the extra step to helping the girls. And so one of your girls was actually in the top 10, and her sister was actually also top 10, I believe. So it's not just about winning games; it's about developing students. Coach Molina, 17 years at South. A lot of people don't know this probably, but he's only one of 2 head boys basketball coach South has ever had. You talk about consistency. It's been Larry Cruz and Brian Molina. And that's consistency in that program. And thank you, Coach, for doing everything that you do, because on top of coaching basketball, boys basketball, he's an assistant volleyball coach at South, and he does a great job as that too. And Coach Bettis, you've been assisting at South. You've been a head coach before. I think in Donna, your knowledge of basketball is up there with anybody else's here in the Valley or in the state of Texas. So thank you for doing what you do for our students. And I see Mando and his wife Ronnie at Mass every Sunday, so we're good there too, Coach. But I appreciate you 3 very much, and I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Coach Erasmo Molina, who's also there in the audience. Coach Brian Molina's dad. Everybody talks about wins. He's got nearly 700 wins under his belt. And Coach Molina, thank you for everything the knowledge you've passed on to Brian, because that's impacted our students as well. Thank you, guys.
All right, at this point in time, we're going to go on to item number 2E, recognition of PTSA Students of the Month for May and PTSA Media Arts and Communications Academy students, Ms. Vela Garcia.
Mr. President, board members, Dr. Noyola administration, audience. This evening, I will be recognizing our May PTSA Students of the Month and our Media Arts and Communications Academy students that have been bringing these student stories to life all year. Our Students of the Month proudly represent the PTSAs of Harlingen High School South, Harlingen Collegiate High School, and Harlingen School of Health Professions. We hope you enjoy.
I've been in the PTSA organization for 2 years, and I am the vice president this year. I also did play football for the Harlingen Cardinals. Well, I'm very passionate about the school pride here at this school. Every day I walk in with a smile, and I love the teachers. I love everybody on this campus just greets me with respect, and I love the energy and atmosphere here at this school. I plan on following a career in kinesiology studies, and I'm really passionate about trying to teach the youth new things, so I believe that's what I want to do in my future. I want to thank my mom and dad because they've always pushed me to pursue the highest education possible. They've always believed in me. As well as my coaches, they pushed me to be the best me I could be this year and really guided me to be a better person overall. So I really appreciate them for that because they've had my back all year, and I love every one of them.
The clubs and organizations that I am currently in is PTSA. I'm currently a member. I'm an NHS, a member as well, Student Council, a member as well, and Dog Club, a member as well. Some things that I am passionate about is learning about different subjects and like always growing my brain and learning different things so that I can relate to like different things in the future. The school I plan on going to is going to be Corpus Christi. I'm going for accounting, and then I hope to pursue accounting in the future as my career. I like to thank, of course, my mother. She has really pushed me to become a better person and to keep succeeding in life. And I don't think that I would have been here without her. She has really been a very impact in my life, in my educational, and just overall just has made this world a better place.
I'm a part of PTSA, NHS, Student Council, Leo Club, and South Hawk Tennis. And my leadership positions include Masquerade Chair and Parliamentarian for PTSA, as well as the Minister of Spirit for Harlingen South Tennis. I am passionate about self-improvement and just working hard. I plan to attend Texas State in San Marcos, and I will be obtaining my bachelor's degree in construction science. I want to thank my teachers, educators, and coaches for always just keeping me pushing and moving along.
I'm a part of PTSA, 2-year returning in football and baseball, 22 offensive captain, and 2023 baseball captain. I'm a second team all district wide receiver and second team all district return specialist. I'm passionate about my education and helping others. I plan on attending UTRGV in Edinburgh, studying criminal justice. In the future, I plan on becoming a border patrol agent or a game warden. I like to thank my parents for always supporting me in everything I do, in the classroom and sports-wise. Without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
I'm a PTSA member. I am a 3-year returning varsity member for football and a 2022 offensive captain. I'm passionate about my education and bettering myself. I'll be attending UTRGU in Edinburgh and majoring in radiation technology to one day be in the medical field. I would like to thank my family, friends, and teachers to helping me better myself in class and keep me committed to my work.
I'm in Student Council, National Honor Society, and Yearbook. Leadership positions, I'm in charge with my team of designing Battle of the Books, Owls for Christ, and Spelling Bee, the yearbook pages. I like reading and writing. I like to play music, the guitar, violin, and I like sports, specifically soccer. My sister, she would play too, so then I joined freshman year. I'm attending Texas A&M and College Station, majoring in biology, because I want to be a physician assistant in a hospital, specifically working with kids. I just like helping people. I want to be able to help them when they're sick. I'm okay with doing adults too, but I want to help kids more. Definitely my parents, my mom, my friends, and my teachers. They've been there to support me the entire way.
Well, I'm in Owls for Christ, kind of like a church association. I'm a student council, a member of student council. I'm also a member in Hope Squad. I love video games, but I mostly love I love stories. I love it because I believe everyone has their own story. You know, like when you realize, oh shoot, everyone I'm passing by has their own life. It's like complicated or even more complicated than my own. I definitely love science, biology. It's beautiful to know that like everything, from down to the smallest detail, has its own inner workings. Everything is very expansive, and everything's a lot more complex than you originally think. I plan on attending a university at Texas Rio Grande Valley, UTRGV. I attend on my major right now, or my major that I'm going to go into, is exercise science with the focus in physical therapy. I'd love to help people, and especially in the recovery process of whatever they're going through, or just in general. Definitely my brother. He's really tough on me, but honestly, it's tough love. And I know he's really cool, and I know that he really believes in me a lot. Obviously my parents too, because they've always believed in me and supported me. So, and my friends also. My friends have been really big help.
I am part of National Honor Society and Student Council. I am passionate about the field of nursing. Ever since I was 10 years old, I've realized that I wanted a career in the medical field. This is my second year in the LVN program connected to Harlingen School of Health Professions. And throughout these 2 years, I've been able to see the different departments, and I've learned to love OR and ICU. I plan on going to UTRGV and studying biology, and my 2 years there at UTRGV, I'm going to be taking my prerequisites to apply to nursing school and then further my education onto nurse practitioner. I want to thank my family for always believing in me and pushing me to do my best. I want to thank my teachers here at Harlingen School of Health Professions and my instructors at LVN for pushing me into the right direction.
I am currently in a Torch Club member at my local Boys and Girls Club, and we help members here at the elderly community. I'm very passionate about mental health, especially now since we're seniors. We're taking our certification exams, our finals, and our underclassmen are taking their STAR test. I like to attend TSDC and apply for the hygiene program there. My goal is to become a dental hygienist. Right now, I am certified as a dental assistant and to give nitrous oxide. I would like to thank my English teacher here at HSHB, Ms. Rodriguez. She has helped me become a better person and to public speak.
I know we have some proud family members in the audience. Can you all stand to be recognized? Any family members here for the students? We want to thank Harlingen City Council PTA for celebrating our Students of the Month with us. And on behalf of the organization, I'd like to welcome Samantha Ortega, Dr. Muniz, and Dr. Noyola for photos with our students. Students, as I call your name, please come to the front for a photo. From Harlingen High School, Andrew Orozco. From Harlingen High School, Kendra Hernandez. For Harlingen High School South, we have Mary Charvet. Desmond Gano. From Harlingen High School South, Ethan Garza. From Harlingen Collegiate High School, Leslie Jimenez. From Harlingen Collegiate High School, Adrian Reyes. From Harlingen School of Health Professions, Laura Davila Garcia. From Harlingen School of Health Professions, Alexis Hernandez. I'd like to invite our Board of Trustees to come forward for a group photo. I'd like to ask our Board of Trustees to stay forward for our next recognition. I want to introduce introduce you all to one of our students in the Media Arts and Communications Academy that has been working alongside their amazing instructor, Pat Guajardo, my team, Alma and Kevin, to produce our Students of the Month videos. On top of their regular classwork and real-world assignments, they are a wonderful extension to my team. They direct and record football games, operate TriCaster system for our Performing Arts Center, and create projects for my department throughout the year. Several of them have chosen a college degree path in media, and I'm excited to see where their future takes them. I'd like to invite Mrs. Pat Guajardo forward, the wonderful teacher that leads it all. And I'd like to invite student Ed Maldonado forward for a group photo.
All right, on to item number 3, Principal's Report. Ms. Arlie Tamez from Vernon Middle School, World Languages Academy.
Good evening, Mr. President, Board of Trustees, Dr. Neola, administrators, guests, and families. I'm happy to be here today to provide you with an overview of our International Baccalaureate IB journey. The 22-23 school year has been a pivotal year for Vernon students, staff, and the community. I would like to share the Vernon IB journey with you and discuss the framework for IB learners. The IB vision and mission follow the HIC strategic plan goals in supporting academic achievement and college and career readiness. In addition, IB ensures that all students will be well-rounded graduates. The IB Middle Years Program is one of the 4 programs offered by the IB organization. At Vernon, the MYP consists of students in grades 6 through 8. The MYP Continuum Ring components are essential, and I will be sharing the different requirements of IB by looking at every layer of the continuum highlighted with the yellow ring. We begin with the outer layer. The NYP provides a curriculum framework for students that accommodates the TEKS. The program, designed to be inclusive across the entire school, allows students to build on their personal strengths and to embrace challenges in subjects in which they may not excel. NYP students are offered the opportunity to develop their potential, to explore their own learning preferences, to take appropriate risks, and to reflect on and develop a strong sense of personal identity. From its introduction in 1994, the NYP was guided by 3 main principles inspired by the IB mission: intercultural awareness, holistic learning, and communication. The NYP organizes teaching and learning through 8 subject groups. Some of these may look familiar. Of course, we have mathematics and science. Language acquisition at Vernon includes study in Spanish, Mandarin, ASL, and French. Individuals and societies as what we know as social studies. Design include our technology classes such as robotics and application creators. The arts includes performing and visual classes such as drama, art, music classes. And of course, we end with physical and health education. Language and literature is what we know as reading or English language arts. Students are expected to develop a broad and balanced base of knowledge through the study of 8 subjects. completing a minimum of 50 hours of instruction in each subject each year. Students in year 3, which are 8th grade students, are required to complete a community project. The 3 main components of the project are service of action, process journal writing, and oral presentations. The project must include 4 criteria that IB holds strong: investigating, planning, taking action, and reflecting. In addition, all students are required to complete 10 hours of service as action per academic school year. Service as action is a foundational element of the International Baccalaureate Middle Years program. Service as action requires students to engage with their local community through community or personal projects and provides opportunities for students to explore, design, implement, and reflect on their efforts to positively impact their local environment. As we move along, approaches to learning help students learn how to learn by developing skills for research, critical and creative thinking, communication, collaboration, and self-management. As teachers plan, they are focusing on which approaches to learning will be focused on their current lessons. Concepts are big ideas that have relevance with specific disciplines and across the subject areas. The MYP prescribes 16 key interdisciplinary concepts along with the related concepts for each discipline. NYP students use concepts as a vehicle to inquire into issues and ideas of personal, local, and global significance and examine knowledge holistically. The NYP prescribes 16 key interdisciplinary concepts along with the related concepts of each discipline. The 6 global contexts help students understand the relevance and importance of their study for understanding their common humanity and shared guardianship of the planet. In the center of the NYP model is the learner profile. The IB learner profile represents 10 attributes valued by the IB World Schools. As part of the community of IB educators and learners, believe these attributes and others like them can help individuals and groups become responsible members of local, national, and global communities. In every class, the IB learner profiles are visible. This includes even in our physical education classes, music, and art class. So all around the campus, you will see our IB learner profiles. When viewing this year 3, this is an 8th grade reading unit plan of study, it is apparent the level of planning needed to include the different components of the MYP framework. This ensures that teaching and learning is at the highest level. As you can see here, key concepts, global context, and inquiry questions guide the teacher and students in their learning. Every planned unit has components from the MYP framework, such as 1 key concept. They have to pick 1 to 2 related concepts, 1 global context, all to make sure we're reinforcing concepts taught or learned and for making meaningful connections. The IB framework aims to develop inquiring, knowledgeable, and caring young people who help to create a better and more peaceful world through intercultural understanding and respect. We can then strive for all learners to exhibit the essential qualities of the IB learner profile. The IB journey has been rewarding. To review, the timeline shows the steps taken in our IB journey. We do have to start with the sharing of back in the 1920 school year. We had the inception of the World Languages Academy. This same year, we started discussions about IB. As you can see on the screen, the different steps that have been taken that led to the extensive IB verification visit that included visits with teachers, students, parents, district administrators, and HCIC Board of Trustees, which was held on March 29th and 30th of this year. We were informed that we would hear back between 4 to 6 weeks. Instead, we heard back 2 weeks after, on April 12th, is when we received notification that an IB decision had been made. We were notified about our approval for being an IB World School. Super proud and excited about this accomplishment and this huge endeavor from all and for all, and the huge impacts it would make in our community for students to have opportunities to join an IB World School. HCISD in Vernon has made the IB map and has made the map once again. This shows the numbers of IB schools all around the world. We are moving forward at Vernon Middle School World Languages Academy, from World Languages Academy to IB World School. This is only the beginning to the many opportunities that our students will receive. At this time, I would like to pause my presentation and play a video.
My favorite thing about coming here at Vernon is the diversity and everything that they just add into their lessons. Like, for example, all the teachers, they're very welcoming, and the way that they explain things really helps for everyone to understand, because different children have different ways of understanding, and all the teachers are very aware of that, and they make sure that they add that into their lessons.
I think what it means for a school to be an IB school is that we are given a really great framework that we can fit our curriculum in, that helps the students to make connections between all of their classes and to their lives and the world in which they live. We try to show our students and have them think it through and reflect, how does this connect to what I'm learning in my science class, and how does this connect to what I'm seeing in my community and what I'm seeing on TikTok about the world.
So having access to these various languages allows them to become bilingual, trilingual, and and they also get high school credit as well. And it connects with now what we're becoming an IB school. I believe that students should see what is going on around the world and connect it to what they are currently learning in school, because sometimes I feel like they just see what's in front of them and they don't understand that this is something that happens globally.
I think it's important that Vernon is becoming an IB school, because we need a school here in Harlingen that anybody can come to, that is open to the world, and so they can learn more about things that are happening outside of Harlingen and just anywhere else.
I love working with the other teachers and the collaboration that we have. If I don't have the answers, they do. We're kind of like a tight-knit community. I rely on them a lot, but also because of the students. Like, I love teaching them. I love having them learn, kind of like understanding that it's not just Harlingen, and yes, Harlingen is amazing, but what else can I do outside of Harlingen?
So again, we're super excited to be able to share the great news of becoming an official IB World School. At this time, I'd like to also recognize all the support you have given. Thank you to Dr. Neola, Dr. Villarreal, our school board trustees for their support throughout the journey. It was a long journey, it feels like, but I mean, so worth it at the end, of course, and we look forward to continue growing. To our leadership team with me here today, thank you for always going above and beyond. We had our IB administrators and consultants, Ms. Parker and Ms. Juarez, who led us along the way. And happy to also spotlight our IB specialist, Ms. Aldivad, who was the guiding force in this journey with our great teachers. Ms. Aldivad. So at this time, if you don't mind, I would like to ask our Vernon staff to please join me up here as we hear from you and listen to any questions you may have. It was definitely a team effort, so from the class to everybody, to Ms. Aldivad leading the force here, it was definitely a team effort. So we're super, super proud and excited to be able to share it tonight. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to share it tonight because we were here in 4 to 6 weeks, and we thought it was going to be end of May. So I was glad I was able to include that piece that we're an official IB World School with you tonight.
Question for you, Adali. So tell me, and thank you for showing up tonight. This is awesome. So help me kind of understand, or help us understand, sort of, obviously we had a little head start with our elementary schools, right? And now this is obviously the next rendition, and it would kind of, flows nicely with the alignment of the district as the kids kind of. How do you all see that sort of informing the work that you do at your school? At your World Languages Academy, how do you see that play out? And do you really feel that you're going to get all those, expect that you're going to get all those students to come to your school? To kind of tell me how you're thinking about, how are you thinking about that sort of transition, and how does that help inform the work? And then how do you kind of think it's going to evolve over the next 5 to 10 years, if that's a fair question?
Yeah, so super exciting to be able to learn from the elementary schools who started with the PYP program. The NYP program is for students from 6th through 10th grade, and the other two programs are the DP program and the career program. And so here along the way, right, with collaboration everybody else, we hope that we're starting and leading that journey to see for the future what pathway we are to continue, because when we did our research around the world, you know, the DP graduation program is huge, right? So we have a lot to learn, and just excited for right now to incorporate the NYP with our 6th through 8th grade students. But for IB purposes, NYP does cover 6th through 10th grade.
Oh, okay. Is that a little foreshadowing there? I don't know.
Well, you know, one of the exciting things as you talk about how can it look down the line is the amazing amount of collaboration that Arely and her team did with our elementary programs. And so what we're starting to hear, and what we're starting to see is a number of kids. In fact, I was shared the story with the people that visited. My niece was at Austin under IB. And she chose Vernon. And one day she talked about, I asked, how are things going and so forth. And so she just on her own said, it's a lot like what we were doing at Austin, except now it's about connecting the things that are going on in the classroom. And so it doesn't matter which classroom I go to, they're talking about some of the same things. But I think the beauty about MYP is that you don't necessarily have had to have been in the elementary program. You're able to come in and be able to take off from there. And so I think that's the exciting thing, that they can, even if they weren't at Austin or Sam Houston, a child can still come in and be turned on by the work and move forward. And to your question of, is it a foreshadowing? Vernon was a foreshadowing with the work that happened at the elementary. So I wouldn't be surprised if the demand starts to be there for us to say, what's next after middle school? So.
And remind us the capacity of your campus and where you're at now with number of students.
We're at 710 students.
Wow. So, and the capacity is that pretty much, you had capacity or you have a?
Yes, unlimited at Vernon, sir.
Oh, God. Good answer. Good answer. I like that. Yeah. Just keep building more stories. Thank you.
I have one question for you, but primarily congratulations. It's really been exciting to see this unfold, and it's such a pleasure to visit Vernon and just meet the kids and see how you as a team really do work together. I love that the kids have that service project, just all of it come to life. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
My question is the title as a school now. So will that be that all of the students are moving through the IB piece of it, right? And then the world languages piece is kind of a subset of that.
Correct.
Right? But that broader framework, everybody gets that.
Yes.
That's exciting. Thank you for
Thank you.
clarifying that.
Mr. President, I just have a comment because what Neon Ramon said there at the end was very powerful, I thought, when he said that we bring the world to Harlingen. And I just wanted to thank you all for that, because I know that it happens across the district, but you guys have a more focused, a more intentional way of bringing the world now to our students, and to think outside, not just outside the box, but outside of Harlingen, and show them the world. So, I mean, for a sixth grader to say that to me, that was a powerful statement. I just wanted to thank you all for the work that you all have put in to get to this point, and the work you're going to continue to put in to make sure it's all a success. So thank you.
Thank you.
And I just want to say congratulations, and just a little bit like what Mr. Jaime said. I think the connections are wonderful, and just as I was listening just about the way that they get to connect to the community, I feel, and I wish, right, that all of our schools could have a little bit of IB in them. Just when I hear that, you know, I think we could all use some of that. So congratulations to you all, and I think your students are going to benefit greatly from that. So awesome. It's a beautiful school, and I think this is a beautiful story. So
Thank you.
I'll just end with this. You know, I had the luxury and privilege of visiting an IB school prior to any IB school here in the school district when I was on the Leadership TASB team. And it was incredible. What an incredible experience to see these students. And I was like, how do we bring this here and how are we going to do this? And I remember talking to, at the time, Dr. Cavazos and a couple other people, board members, Ms. Fleurier. And it's amazing to see us there. When you see, I know Neon personally, and so when you see Neon talking the way he's talking, it's incredible. It really is, because not all of our students talk that way, right, and speak that way so eloquently and broadly. And I remember that was the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway when I went to the IB school. And with the TASB, they were great speakers, and they were thinking big. They weren't thinking small. They were thinking big, which is what I think, no pun intended, but that's the bigger picture, right, that we're trying to teach them. And so it's amazing that you guys are doing that. Thank you. I recognize, I think the board recognizes that it hasn't been easy. See, they laugh because it's not. It's not easy. So thank you for doing this, and Ms. Tamez, continued success to you yourself. Personally, I just hear amazing things about you and your staff. So continue to do the great work.
We have a wonderful team at Vernon, so.
That's right. That's right. And continue to do that and continue to make us proud. Great presentation tonight.
Thank you.
You know, Mr. President, last thing, you know, there are some districts, school districts in the Valley that they're IB school, right? And so most people think they call it IB because nobody can pronounce the B part of it, right? The international baccalaureate. Anyway, so hopefully we have the same expectation here that over time that IB schools are going to be some of the most popular schools and the most sought after schools. And I think you know which districts I'm talking about, right? In the Upper Valley. So thank you for going down this bold path. It's gonna be very fruitful for our community. Really, really proud of the work that you're doing now and the work ahead. So thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
On to item number 4, public comments. Do we have any public comments?
Mr. President, there are no requests for public comments for agenda topics.
Item number 5, any public audience for non-agenda topics?
Mr. President, there are no requests for a public audience for non-agenda topics.
At this point in time, we want to move on to item number 6, approval of consent calendar. Do I have a motion?
I move we approve the consent calendar as submitted.
I have a motion by Greg Powers,
Second motion.
second by Dr. Perez. Any discussion?
Yeah, just real quickly, Mr. President, obviously, I know that we wanted to obviously facilitate the approval for some of these out-of-state trips for our students and that kind of stuff, and I want to celebrate that, and thank you for doing that, Dr. Noyola. I just do want to, sometimes it's nice to point out that we're very proud of our students and their accomplishments and the fact that they do get to go on all these out-of-state, competitions and stuff like that. So I just wanted to highlight that. I hope the community will know how supportive we are and how proud we are of our teachers and our coaches and our directors and, of course, all our students that are involved with these out-of-state trips. And then lastly, I do have a quick question before we hopefully approve the consent calendar, Mr. President, and that is for Dr. Joseph Yadial or Dr. Noyola, for either one of y'all. Could you just shed some light again? And I guess I must have missed it in the materials, but the approval for the artist in residency program, is that just to renew it? I know we're really proud of that program, and I know we want to continue it. Is there going to be a change, or do you have a name for us, or is it just to approve the program in general? Can you just clarify, sir?
Yes, the company is called the Perfect Performance, and that's
Okay.
Demond Wilson, who's the owner of the,
Okay,
of the,
okay.
of the
So it's
company.
just to formalize and renew
renew it,
what
yes.
we've already had in place.
Correct. This will be
Got it.
we'll be going on our third year. Mhm.
I wanted to make sure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All those in favor? Let me ask, any further
President,
comments?
One more comment,
Yes.
yeah, and only because to Dr. Pettis' point about the consent calendar and all the student success, I think we have Cardettes here, and I think they've been waiting, so.
You
we're
guys,
gonna
ladies
approve-
want to stand up?
We're gonna approve, but I do want to recognize them.
Yeah, stand up, please.
Awesome.
They've been waiting patiently, and so, it will get approved in the consent calendar, but, you all have fun, y'all are going to Orlando? And you will perform out there, or? Awesome, well, congratulations.
Awesome job. All those in favor?
Aye?
Aye.
Any nays? All right, motion carries.
Congratulations. Congratulations. And thanks for being here.
Thank you,
you,
ladies.
ladies. Good job. All right, moving on to item number 7, matters relating to transformation and school support. Dr. Alicia Noyola.
Thank you, Mr. President. On Tuesday, May 2nd, we held our Transforming Teaching and Learning Committee meeting. At that meeting, we had a couple of presentations that were brought forward. The first one was done by Dr. Veronica Corton, our Assistant Superintendent for Leadership and Innovation. And at that time, she did a presentation on our work in strengthening our teacher pipeline. And so she highlighted a number of programs that we have in the district that are critical as we continue to seek to find the very best staff to place in front of our children. And so she highlighted the 4 programs that we currently have in place. The first was a Grow Your Own program, whereby we are working with our own employees, paraprofessionals, staff members that are working towards teacher certification. And so through a grant, we are supporting their journey and as they complete their teaching certification. And so really proud of that work and how we're supporting our own people in the district. We also highlighted our Step Up program, which we know has been in existence since 2016, and the successes it has brought not only to our district, but also our Rio Grande Valley and beyond, as people constantly are coming to us to learn more about this successful program. She also highlighted our teacher residency, which is a new partnership with UTRGV, where our student teachers are in a position where now they will have an opportunity to earn a salary through that work. And so we're excited at that. That's just a very different concept that I believe will have the same result as Step Up, where people will be looking to us to see how do we get these programs off the ground. And then scaling that down, even down to our high schools. So as you all know, at UTRGV Harlingen Collegiate High, we have an aspiring teacher pathway for our 9th through 12th grade students. And so we're starting them early and finding the talent out there so that then they can come back and contribute to our school district and our students. So excellent programs that we have in place. So really looking forward to the impacts that will have. The second presentation was new and different. If you will recall, we brought forward as a mental health update our student wellness specialists. And so we have 2 phenomenal ladies in our district that we brought on at the beginning of this year, Angela Totman and Kathy Stedman, who serve as student wellness specialists. And so their role is really to work with our students that most need the support. And so they have a couple of partners that help them along that journey. And so you got to meet Levi and Piper, and so they shared a little bit about what the student wellness program looks like and how it supports our students throughout the year. And so excellent programs that really continue to support our students and our staff. And so Mr. Jaimes led that meeting, and so I will turn it over to him for any additional comments.
You know, all the work we discussed during this committee, it's always important, but when you think about these 2 in particular, you think about addressing the need for more teachers. I mean, the work that we're doing, that you guys are doing to not just bring in teachers or retain teachers, but cultivate our own educators here. We're starting at the student level. It is great work, and I just want to thank you all for that. And that mental health update was really fun. Although I did get in trouble at home when I got home and my pup smelled other dogs on me. But that is also great work, you know, and it's something that we're doing that's different, and I think it's had a lot of great, it's been received really well by the students, the staff, and the pups seem to like Greg over there, so Levi and Piper, that were fun. Now we're gonna want pets at every committee meeting. Maybe we'll get some birds next time. No, but thank you all for all the work, Dr. Cortan, Dr. Villarreal, everybody. Thank you.
All right, on to item number 8, matters relating to business services. Consideration for approval of bank depository bid number BNK D0323. Mr. Ramon Mendoza.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Muniz, board members, Dr. Niola. So in compliance with Texas Education Code Chapter 45, Subchapter G, Harlingen CIZ requested proposals for bank depository services. The request for proposal was submitted in March. 4 banks submitted proposals as follows: Frost National Bank, Lone Star Bank, Plains Capital, and Texas Regional Bank. The proposals were received and evaluated by the business office staff, our finance coordinator, director of accounting, purchasing director, senior buyer, and our interim CFO. The criteria applied in the evaluation of the proposals is as follows: financial strength, cost of services, type and extent of services, and local banking locations for each of the proposers. The attached recap and ranking criteria summarizes the results of our evaluation. After a comprehensive review of the proposals, we recommend the award of the contract to Texas Regional Bank as highlighted on our recap. Some of the major items that we looked at were the earning credits rates. They proposed a fixed rate of 2%. And after anything above our compensated balance, they proposed a rate of 3.1% for 2 years. In addition to that, they provided a transition incentive of $10,000 for our district to purchase checks out any other supplies that we may need in that change. Also, they're currently serving Region 1 account as well as Sharon ISD. And they have 2 branches locally, one on the Stewart side and one right across Canes off of 77. This is 77. Again, currently we have Frost Bank. We've been with Frost Bank for a good 8 years. During the COVID era, TA allowed us to extend their contract for 2 more years because of COVID services. Their contract ends this year, so we were required to bid out those services for bank depository, and that item is here before you. Again, we're recommending Texas Regional Bank as highlighted on our recap, and we'll entertain any questions or concerns.
Do I have a motion?
Move approval as presented.
I have a motion by Dr. Pettis.
Second.
Second by Dr. Reiniger. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Thank you, sir.
Item 8B, consideration for approval of bids for Harlingen CISD paving and drainage improvements at Secondary Alternative Center and First Responders Academy Project number CNS T04231. Mr. Ramon Mendoza.
Thank you, Dr. Muniz, board member, Dr. Niola. Item 8B is a consideration and approval to award bid for Harlingen CIZ paving and drainage improvements at the Secondary Alternative Center and First Responders Academy project. We received only one proposal, and that proposal is attached on your report. We are recommending the proposal submitted by La Feria Excavation, Inc. Total cost of the proposal is $566,417.00. Our budget for this project was $511,000, and we recommend approval to the La Feria Excavation, Inc. For this project.
Do I have a motion?
I'll move for approval.
Motion by Greg Powers, second
I second.
by Dr. Monreal. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Thank you, sir.
On to item number 9, matters relating to district operations. Consideration for approval of interlocal agreement between the Harlingen Consolidated Independent School District and Cameron County for the School Resource Officer Program for the 2023, 2024, 2025 school years. Dr. Joseph Villarreal.
All right, good evening, Dr. Moniz, board members, and Dr. Noel. I'm bringing forward for consideration an interlocal agreement between Harlingen CISD and Cameron County for the School Resource Officer Program for the 2023-2024 and 2024-2025 school years. The agreement will provide 6 SROs and 1 lieutenant at our middle schools and Keys Academy. During non-school time, such as holidays and some of summer, the officers will return to county patrol. This will allow the SROs to continue honing their street-level practitioner skill set, which is very important to our safety program here in HCISD. So at this time, we are recommending approval of the interlocal agreement.
Mr. President, I move to approve the interlocal agreement between the Harlingen Consolidated Independent School District and Cameron County for the School Resource Officer Program for the 2023-2024 and 2024-2025 school years, and authorize superintendent to finalize contract negotiations and execute the final agreement.
I have a motion by Mr. Jaimes. Do I have a second?
Go ahead. I'll second, but I'll have a question.
Second by Greg Powers. Any discussion?
Just a quick question. It's a 6 to 1, it's 6,
Yes, 6 SROs and then 1 to oversee, a lieutenant to oversee the program.
is that a same as last year, change, increase, decrease?
This would be an increase from the previous year, but this is with the county. Currently with the county, we have, our armed off-duty officers, right, that patrol some of our middle schools as well as our elementaries. So this is adding a permanent SRO program to our middle schools.
Okay, got it.
And Keys Academy.
So this is really formalizing what's being done kind of
Correct.
already?
Yeah. The
basically.
only difference is right now they're rotating, right?
Sure.
It depends on the officer that's available, but these would be full-time SROs assigned to our middle schools.
And this is here, and this is part of the board meeting because it was kind of a time, it was expired, the previous thing was expired?
This would be a first-time agreement with the
time.
county. Yes,
Got
with the county. Different from the off-duty officer program that we currently have.
Got it.
Yes,
Okay,
these
and then the other question is, with the city of Harlingen,
Yeah.
I know we've been through a whole sort of, agreement process with them, and we came to something that we all can live with and that kind of stuff. Are we having continuing discussions with them about how to improve that going forward and things like that in a way that would be obviously a win-win for the city?
Yes, so we are in discussions with them for our high schools.
Got it.
And so continue with the SRO program at our high schools.
Yeah.
With the goal being around 6 officers, but we're still discussing that.
Yeah,
through HPD.
Just wanted to throw that out there. I mean, I think we all, I know because we've heard comments from all, I don't want to speak for my board members, but I can speak for myself, and I've heard comments that we're all very proud of the different multiple agencies that we do have an amazing relationships.
Absolutely.
And bringing that sort of collective impact sort of kind of model together, because that's going to really improve the safety of our schools, of our students, of our staff, of our community. So. But obviously, we're here in Harlingen, and I want to make sure we continue to sort of have that dialogue and make sure that we can continue to, whatever we can do to sort of impact or to increase their presence, that'd be awesome. So thank you.
Mr. Powers?
Yeah, I have a couple questions. This is a first-time agreement, right?
With the county, correct.
Okay, who drafted it?
In partnership, us as well as the county and our legal departments from both
Wash
entities.
Gallegos was involved?
Yes,
or-
correct. Mhm.
Okay, because I know this is like a red line draft, it's not a final draft.
Yes, we have a final draft for you
Okay.
that we can make available for you.
Okay. Who at Wash Anderson, or Wash Gallegos?
It was Leandro Ortiz.
Leandra?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. I'm good, thanks.
So just one point of clarification. So the county has already been serving our middle schools, and this is just placing officers permanently?
Correct,
And
yes.
will those officers only serve that one school, or will they rotate like
We
amongst their
like
teams?
to, for a limited time to keep them at a particular campus and then sometimes rotate them so they can get acclimated to all of the different campuses. We do feel that the relationship building is important when we have SROs with staff and with students, but sometimes it's a good practice for them to get to know every campus that they're servicing.
And they are armed? then
Correct, yes,
when
they are
serving in
armed,
that role?
yes,
Okay,
correct.
thank you.
I got one more question. So on some of these comments, have they been worked out yet? You do have a final?
Yes, we have a final, yes,
Okay.
but there's still some, slight things, and so that's why, we're taking it as far as allowing Dr. Noyola to execute.
There's
the
no
final decision.
major comments. I know it's in the margins that haven't been satisfied?
Those have all been worked out. Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? Just clarification real quick. I know this is county middle schools, and if I heard you correctly, it's just during the summer or this year-round?
No, this is year-round. What I
Okay.
did mention was whenever we don't have school, like in holidays, and sometimes we shut down for the summer, we would allow them to go back to continue with county patrol.
Thank you for the clarification. And then, so how many total SRRs will we have?
6 SROs and 1 lieutenant to
Total
oversee.
with
the county.
I'm talking
And-
about total.
Yes, and then after that, the goal is a 6 plus a
Got it.
sergeant with HPD,
Got it.
if all
So
comes
total
to
will be
fruition.
12, 13, 14.
Correct, yes.
Got it, perfect. Thank you. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Did you want to say something?
Yes, if I can add one more
Yep.
thing, and we would continue providing, though, armed off-duty officers at our elementaries through our partnership with the county as well. That additional partnership that we have this year going on,
Got it.
we would continue that for our elementaries.
Awesome.
Sorry, I don't know who I stepped over. So that every school campus has an armed officer.
Correct, just like this year, right now, the way we started, we want to continue that for next year, yes, and this is a step to make that happen.
Thank you.
With,
DPS, that'll continue over the.
That will continue as well, yes, at those campuses that we're going to have them, their offices there, yes.
will we have a similar agreement in place with the city?
Yes, for the SRO program, that's what
Right.
we're working through currently, yes, for our
Okay.
high schools.
And again, I'm sorry, how many people will we be provided by city Harlingen Police?
It would be 6 SROs and 1 lieutenant.
Okay.
1 sergeant, pardon.
So we'll do another one of these for the elementary.
Correct, that, yes, to offer off-duty armed officers, yes. Mhm.
Perhaps maybe what we could do, Doc, is maybe come back, like, it's already towards the end of the year now, but maybe you come back sort of as it gets closer to summer and just kind of give us a sort of a future of sort of what this is going to look like for
Absolutely.
next school year.
Great idea.
And what are our goals and that kind of stuff. That way we're all clear about, how many we have at camp, in our district at any one time on a regular, to your point, on a regular school day, but then of course what it looks like on the summer and things like that, but also sort of what the goal is.
Sure.
And because some of this is obviously an evolution, and you, like you said, you're talking to the city, which is great, but anyway, it sounds like very positive news though, so thank you for this work.
Something just popped into my head, and maybe you guys have thought about it, and it's just to put something in your all's head. We're gonna have a week off in October. Have we thought about maybe having some kind of drill with all the agencies, since we're not gonna have anybody on campus during that time?
Yes.
It might be an opportunity to hold some kind of drill with everybody that's involved, just so we can stay fresh. God willing, we never have to use it, but it's just so they can have that fresh on their mind.
Absolutely, once a month, Danny Castillo leads that meeting, brings all of the entities together. Every, Cameron County Sheriff's Office, the constables, as well as HPD, Primera PD, Combs PD, and they discuss things like that, right, to improve communication. And the topic this past month was to do exactly that. And so the goal is to do one in the summer, and then we can accomplish one in the fall as well, to make sure that we're practicing that, definitely. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Clearly, you can see that this is a hot topic, and I think we need to continue discussing it. But all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? All right, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, going on to item 9B, Facilities and Safety Committee Report. Oscar Tapia.
Board President Muñiz, members of the board, Dr. Noyola, colleagues, on May 2nd, we had a Facilities and Safety Committee meeting. The first item we talked about was the School Safety Update Report. Dr. Joseph Villarreal presented the campus internal communication standard response protocols. He took us through the process from the moment an action is called at a campus, such as secure, hold, or lockdown, and how that information is shared with the community. There was an adjournment to go into a closed session to discuss an intruder detection audit report finding at Austin Elementary. We then discussed ESSER project dealing with the roofing project. That's the big roofing project across the street at the administration annex. They've already started tearing off the roof and working on that. On the TRE projects, we discussed the paving drainage improvements at SAC and first responders, which we just approved a little while ago. The Zavala Kitchen, I reported that it was complete. There was just minor punch list left that the contractor's working on. The renovations to Harlingen High School has started. Contractor has set up the staging, their construction trailer, safety fences. They started demolition in that quad area where the landscape improvements are going to be done, tearing off some stucco walls on the band hall that's going to be replaced and things like that. So it's well underway. Raymond Mendoza then gave an update on the construction financial reports, the TRE fund expenditures. We also had an update on the HCSD public facilities facility lease revenue bond series 2007 regarding Means Elementary. We had some financial advisors from Estrada Hinojosa present a comparison of the possibilities of paying off the bonds early and how much of a savings we would have. Also had an update on the property casualty insurance bid. Raul Cavazza presented to the committee options. We have our property and casualty renewal. Presented three options, but all three represent a significant increase as compared to previous years. So we're working with Hub International to have a more financially viable renewable option. That'll be presented later in May special call board meeting. And then we had an adjournment. And that was pretty much it. I'll turn it over to Dr. Belinda Reiniger for any comments as the facilities chair.
Thank you, Mr. Tapia. Yes, it was a full meeting, as you heard, well described already. I just will add maybe two comments. One on the school safety update and the communication piece of that I think it was really helpful for everyone in attendance to talk through the importance of communication, but also the constant communication that has to be happening during those events, and gave some recommendations to continue to build that into the process and procedures of those events. And then on the comment or the point of discussion about update on property casualty insurance bid, the increases are sizable, and there was extensive discussion on how to handle that and how to make sure that we offer the best solutions for this particular item. So we will look forward to having that special board meeting to discuss that. So thank you.
All right, thank you very much. At this point in time, we're going into item number 10. Adjournment to close or executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.082, the Opens Meeting Act for the following purposes. A, to discuss employment of teachers and other professional staff, and B, to discuss approval of the recommendations regarding the extension of employment for the renewal of teachers, other professionals, and administrators contracts for the 2023-2024 school year. At this point in time, we are now in executive session.
All right.
The time is now 9:22 PM. We are back into open session, and we're at item 11A, consideration for approval of employment of teachers and other professional staff.
Mr. President, I'd like to move approval for the employment of teachers and other professional staff as recommended by administration.
I have a motion by Dr. Reiniger.
Second.
Second by Eladio Jaimes. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, motion carries. On to item number 11B, consideration for approval of the extension of the employment for the renewal of teachers, other professionals, and administrators' contracts for 2023, 2024. Do I have a motion?
President, I move approval, the extension of employment for the renewal of teachers, other professionals, and administrators' contracts for the 2023-2024 school year as recommended by administration in executive
All right, I
session.
have a motion by Dr. Pettis.
Second.
Second by Greg Powers. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? Anybody, any nays? All right, motion carries, sorry. All right, thank you very much.
Mr. President, I know we're going to be adjourning, but if I could have just a minute or so. So I just wanted to make a brief announcement, and it's really not something that necessarily we need to discuss now. But I wanted to share with our listening audience, if anybody is out there, that earlier I notified our Board of Trustees of my intent to retire as Superintendent of Schools for HCISD, effective August 31st, 2023. After 30-plus years, which is amazing how fast time flies, but after 30-plus years, the time is right for me, and I believe for our district, for me to move forward and give some time back to those people that I love and just explore what possibilities exist in retirement. I want to take a moment to thank all of you for your support, for the privilege of sitting in this chair. Y'all have been amazing, and I think whoever the next person is that sits in this chair will be tremendously blessed to work alongside every single one of you. I thank you for your support, and I thank our amazing HCISD. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a quick comment, Doc. Great friend to us, great leader of this district. We appreciate you letting us know, and we respect your wishes, and we look forward to your future and knowing great things are in store for you. And I think we'll figure out a way to wrap our brains around this and celebrate you and honor you the right way at some point in the near future. But we just can't thank you enough for your service to this community, to all our students. And may God bless you, and we wish you well in your future endeavors. So
Thank you, Doc.
we love you, Doc.
Likewise.
All right, at this point in time, we are adjourned.